Going in 10. 3, 2, 1, go!
We're back with another programming mini-series. Today we are going to do Salty Punch. This is going to punch you in the face. So we got interval work here. So you're going to work for 2 minutes, rest for 2 minutes, work for 2 minutes, rest for 3 minutes, work for 3 minutes, rest for 3 minutes, work for 3 minutes, rest for 4 minutes, and then work for 4 minutes to end. So in your first 2 intervals, the 2 minutes of work, you're going to do 6 handstand push-ups, 12 of a dumbbell complex, which is our snatch plus push press. And then in the remaining time, you're going to do a max handstand walk. For your round of 3-minute intervals, the 2 3-minute intervals, you'll do 8 strict handstand push-ups, 16 dumbbell complexes. In the remaining time, max handstand walk. And then for your 4 minutes of work interval, you're going to do 10 handstand push-ups, 20 of that dumbbell complex, and in the remaining time, max handstand walk. Oh my gosh.
What a mouthful.
That is rude.
There's nothing to note here. It's pretty straightforward. So this is going to end up being in that middle time frame of work. You end up working for 14 minutes. However, with that interval style, that always and that added rest in between, that always makes it feel like you're on the shorter time domain, a little bit of a higher intensity than would if it were 14 minutes straight, right? With this, we have gymnastics and weightlifting. We have our inverted movements as well as that dumbbell complex. This is a triplet, right? So we have our push-up option, we have our dumbbell complex, and then our max handstand walk, which gets us our 3 movements. And this is a time priority. So unlike a lot of ours where they're task priority, we're telling you how many reps of everything you're doing. This one, you are working for a set amount of time and getting as many reps in that handstand walk option as you can.
The more reps, the better.
The more reps. Yeah.
I would say we got rid of Diane, so we wanted there to be handstand walking and handstand push-ups, and so this is kind of where that came from.
Yeah.
We wanted to pull from the floor and with handstand walking in our limited space, having barbells is tough. So we ended up going back and forth with what we wanted that pull from the floor to be. And the dumbbell, this movement, the first time I saw it was on Kill Taylor. I really like the dumbbell complex in general. I really liked the dumbbell complex, especially with the handstand push-up and the handstand walk, because it's going to provide some interference. One thing I would say to add to the style of workout is that these aren't really complementary movements. You'll often see our benchmarks. You're going to run and deadlift, right? Well, those maybe aren't the best example, but
handstand push-up and deadlift.
Yeah, handstand push-up and deadlift. Like you're pushing with your upper body, you're pulling with your lower body. So as you go back and forth, one movement's not going to interfere with the other. This is not that. That in the programming world, we refer to this as redundant movement patterns. So you're basically going to press, and then press the dumbbell, and then walk overhead. So hence the necessity for the rest, right? If this was just a 14-minute AMRAP, there'd be a lot of standing around. So I'm excited about this one. Maybe like most uncertain. I would say even nervous, but I'm like nervous for every week of programming. Like I hope it goes good. But this is we did test this.
This is the one.
Yeah, the 3 of us and Jack a few weeks ago. However, what we did test was 6 rounds of 2 on 2 off with the reps staying the same. So 6 handstand push-up, 12 dumbbell complex, max handstand walk. Rest 2, repeat for 6 rounds. I liked it when we were done. I thought it was a good training piece. What I told these 2 and Jack was that it lacked a little bit of like luster in like a benchmark, like something different, something extra challenging. So played around with a number of ways to increase the reps, increase the work. The silly, if you will, the different interval times is basically for logistical purposes. So we can have one group working while one group is resting, and there is zero overlap. So as you go from 2 minutes on to 3 minutes off, there'll be a full minute where nobody's working, and then you go 3 on, 3 off, 3 on, 4 off. There'll be a full minute where nobody's working, and then that just allows everybody to have appropriate space when handstand walking. So, yeah, strategy wise, scale wise, the scales are tough. Your 1.0, you're going to do hand release push ups, start and end on the toes, get there however you need to between. And then you're going to use a 30-pound dumbbell for the gentlemen, 20 for the ladies, and you're going to bear crawl. 2.0, we went back and forth a number of times, but we've decided an ab mat as a target for your handstand push-up. Gentlemen will use 50-pound dumbbell, ladies 35, and then you will handstand walk. And then 3.0, you're going to go full range of motion, strict handstand push-up, 60-pound dumbbell, 45 for the ladies, and handstand walk the same. So we will have 3-foot marks. So you've got to do at least 3 feet unbroken to count your reps. So every 3 feet will be a rep between our 15-foot sections, and so a length would be 5 reps, down would be 10 reps. And that's what this workout's about, is how much handstand walk can you do after all the interfering work leading up to that. So
Yeah, that's funny. Like, we had said off camera before we even started these, Justin was like, well, it's all about how hard you want to go in the handstand walk if it's going to fatigue your push-up. And I'm like, yeah, but that's where you get the point.
Yeah.
So you
You
want to
want it
go
to fall.
fast on that handstand walk. All I see at this one is my head exploding. Like, my head's going to
Blood.
be red. Like, I just feel like it's a headache waiting to happen. But I obviously am excited for this one. I love handstand walking. I hate strict handstand push-ups. So it's like a good, fun combo.
You're good on
And
the
I love
dumbbell.
the dumbbell.
Yeah.
So I think it's if I can just get getting through those handstand push-ups, and then it's fun after that.
I think that this one, again, on scales and strategy, this one was probably an appropriate one for many to maybe not do it exactly as written, but the doing it as written is your target, right? So if you can do a handstand push-up to an ab mat, but doing 40 of them isn't reasonable, maybe you pull the reps back in half. And the first 2 intervals you do 3, and then 4, and then 5. And if that was just easy peasy lemon squeezy, you didn't even break it once, you didn't even think about it, then maybe next time try it as written. I would say maybe even the same thing for if you have full range of motion, handstand push-up, but doing 40 isn't going to be reasonable. I would say do it as written as far as you can, but then as you get to failure, adjust it, modify it. Definitely make notes and be on the whiteboard when you're changing these things, so when we come back to it, you know what you did. So I will not be surprised in terms of coaching this one that there are lots of freestyle versions. And as we've talked about before, these are tests, so they're meant to be set as benchmarks, right? Like, if you can't do it as written, but you're close, like the next time it comes around, like put that at the top of your goal list and work on your handstand push-ups, work on your handstand walking, and when it comes up next, hopefully you can record a score.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about the dumbbell weight that I want to point out that I've thought of and noticed is that dumbbell weights, like the 45-60, isn't significantly heavier than a 50-35.
That's crazy.
But
I think it is.
yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy that you just said
Sorry,
that.
it's
But
strong. Just kidding. But okay, it is heavier, obviously. But I feel like and maybe this is just me as an athlete, the limiter there is the push press,
yes.
right? Because it's the snatch is fine, but then it's like, oh, can I I can push jerk it, but can I push press it? Like, I think that's challenging.
Yeah, especially that, because okay, if we were just doing dumbbell snatch, I don't feel like the 35 to 45 is a big difference.
Yes.
But that lower back down to the back up without being able to jerk it, especially on your non-dominant arm, is like really, really tough.
Mhm.
Like, I expect that dumbbell complex to be my number one limiter when I
Mhm.
go to do this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we tested it, the left
Yeah.
got like.
Yeah, she's like, I don't even know how to push press, I don't think. It was
Yeah.
like out and around. Yeah, so.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing, like when we do these complexes in class, a lot of people are like, "You're making us use our brains," and I'm like, "Oh, so it's obviously like a neurological like adaptation as well," which I actually
It's just
really
different.
like
It's
too.
a different movement.
For sure. For sure. I like this one. I know you like this one because handstand push-ups are easy for you with your little arm. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I feel like they used to be good. That my handstand push-up is waning.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Same with me.
Yeah, I think it's a,
Mine's getting better.
I
Uh-oh.
think it's a 35-year-old thing.
5+
Oh my gosh.
division thing.
I feel like it. I thought that it was waning, and then Magic City happened, and
You're like,
like,
"Oh, it's
blew up.
waning."
But they were also paired with ring muscle ups, which
Yeah.
isn't my best movement.
Yeah, I'm also excited to see how this goes. Like, obviously, we mentioned the reps. We talked about this off camera too, but the increasing reps,
The increasing
of the strict
reps.
handstand push-ups
Mhm.
is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
So for me, and I would be interested to hear Jack's opinion, and we're pretty good at handstand push-ups. But the 2-on-2 off and the 6, the handstand push-up wasn't even a thought. And you stayed unbroken
Same.
too, right?
I was gonna say the handstand
Yeah.
push-up for me was not an issue. Again, I'm worried about the dumbbell
Yeah,
complex.
I sit unbroken too, and I'm not great at handstand, but the rest was perfect.
Yeah. So I mean, the rest doesn't change, but yeah, I think anytime. Have you ever done a set of 10 unbroken?
No,
So yeah.
probably not.
So yeah, I think that again, that's a cool target carrot to put out there.
Yeah.
It's like I can do the 6s, the 8s will be tough, and it's like, oh man, I gotta do 10.
Because you're coming off of 4 minutes of rest before you have to do 10.
Yeah.
And you've already done a bunch of work. Like, there's only so much you can recover, like your muscles, especially those shoulder muscles.
But yeah, I would say, and the emphasis on the redundancy here, like, okay, we're holding and pressing upside down, and then we're taking overhead and dipping, pressing overhead. We are walking
and then stabilizing.
overhead and stabilizing, and it's like whenever we do handstand walks, like at the end of a workout like this, I'm like I'm tripping. Like
Yes.
I'm like it's like I can't. It's almost like when you get lactic in your legs and you like can't walk. That's what those handstand push-ups feel like.
Yep.
I would say
Walks. Sorry.
if this was a normal class, normal day, the training stimulus should be push up and complex in about half the time.
Mhm.
So on those 2-minute intervals, your push up and your dumbbell should take you about a minute, leaving you about a minute to handstand walk.
Yep.
So that's where I basically got the ascending rep
Mhm.
relative to the time.
Mhm.
So you're again on your 3-minute intervals, your push up and dumbbell should take you about a minute and a half, leaving you a minute and a half to walk. And then the 4, that might be hopeful that you get to the handstand walk depending on where you're at. But that's the general target.
Mhm.
But as we've mentioned, this isn't a train day, it's a test day. So it's okay to get out there, expose yourself, see what you're capable of, and it's okay to fail, if you will, to not hit the exact stimulus, to
Yeah.
test yourself and see what you can and what you can't do, where your limits lie.
Mhm.
That's what the
Yeah.
benchmarks are for.
Yeah, that dumbbell complex is not to be overlooked too. Like bringing that back to when we tested it, mine was everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, like walking underneath it. Like I was like, would that have been a rep? I'm not sure. Like
I feel like we've done it a handful of times since then, so I feel
That's
like
true.
you're better.
it is. Yeah, I think that might have been the first time doing it. So, yeah. Good luck with this one, everyone.
Yeah.
Have so much fun. Watch out.